Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Nissan Frontier. This is a Pro 4X finished off in Baja Storm, and its MSRP is just over $43,000. We have a very nice mid-size truck with a lot of options to go over, and we will start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood, this has the 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6. It is paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque. This does have the four-wheel drive system, of course. Weighs in right around 4,400 pounds. 0 to 60 is going to be around 8 seconds. It has a top speed of 112 miles an hour. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 18 miles per gallon in the city and 24 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, you'll notice the surround for the grille has Frontier stamped on the upper section, which is a nice touch. The Pro 4X package provides it with all of the red accents that you will see throughout, including on the tow hooks down below. There's fog lights in the lower section as well, plenty of cutouts both in that lower and upper grille. And then a very nice design for these headlight housings with the DRLs and turn signals. And then very nice lines that come down the hood as well. Now, what I really like is this lower bumper cutout. It exposes a little bit more of that tire, but it also gives it a little bit more of a better approach angle if you do happen to take this off the pavement. Now, with the Pro 4X, you get a set of 17-inch wheels with that two-tone design to them. There's also a plastic for the fender flares, both front and rear. And then this does have steel side steps. Now, you can actually remove the step portion, and you already have a built-in rock slider, which I think is a really cool dual purpose design. Now, this does have body colored for the side mirrors there, and this is the quad cab with the shorter bed. You'll notice Pro 4X is also on the bed side. And then in back, this has a backup camera. Frontier is stamped in the lower section. The bumper end caps are body colored. This has LED taillights. And if you do opt for the towing package, which this model does not have, this can tow right around 6,500 pounds. So it's a very capable mid-size truck. And then this has the soft open tailgate, so that will slowly lower. And for this model, there's no spray and bed liner, but there's also the tie-down hooks so you can secure any items, and it's a lightweight tailgate as well. Now, as we work our way to the interior, pretty simple door panel. It has a great design with all the red stitching. There's even carbon fiber-like trim in the lower section, so that way you can keep that a little bit more protected so you're not kicking it or anything. There's storage down below, and then a nice trim accent above that. And then you'll notice same design for the seats with all the stitching, and you even get storage underneath both of these bottoms, so you can put in some more items as needed, which is nice for a smaller size truck like this. And at my height, 5'10", I have a good bit of room with the front seat set at my height. There's auxiliaries down below, and then in the middle you have the armrest with cup holders and the manual sliding rear glass that you can adjust as needed. I also have about 2.5 or 2 inches or so of headroom. So for its size, you could definitely make it work for adults. Now up front, we have more of the red accents, a lot more storage down below, and then all the window controls and side mirror adjustments. And then Pro 4X is right in the middle of the seats. It's also down on the floor mats too. And this has the leather steering wheel with more of the stitching. Right side, there's all the cruise control settings. You have Bluetooth and voice commands along with volume on the left side, as well as being able to go through the gauge cluster. So there's actually quite a lot of info that you can scroll through, just depending on what you need to see for the day. You have your engine start stop, as well as a lot of settings that you can further go into and adjust. There's also an off-road page, and then you have some vitals that you can monitor. You'll notice the dark red backlit for the gauge cluster too, just to match that red theme. Now, this does have a locking rear differential. There's traction control, cargo light, downhill assist control, even a tow mode as well. A little bit of storage up top. And then you have the infotainment system where you can go through a good bit. You have your home screen here. You can get into your audio, of course, pull up your map so you can view all of that. Pretty simple, but it gives you everything you need. You can pair your phone to this system as well and go through all of these settings just to configure this as needed. There's power and volume as well as tuning, your engine start stop, and then all of your climate adjustments are laid out very nicely with the dual zone temperature and where you'd like the air to go. There's a 4-wheel drive selector, a little bit more storage along with 2 cup holders. And then this does have the backup camera, and you can also shift using the shifter if you need to. So if you're towing or off-road, you can better hold the gear as needed. You have plenty of room in the armrest as well as in the glove box, and then there's an auxiliary on that passenger side too, and a sunglass holder up top along with the dome lights. And as far as visibility goes, it's very easy to see. Pickups really don't have any blind spots, so I can clearly see over both shoulders. We'll pop it over to the manual setting here, go to 2nd gear. Here we go. And we're up to speed. Shifter is actually surprisingly responsive. Now, this isn't something that you really need to do all the time, but like I mentioned earlier, if you're towing or you're going to take this off the pavement, that is a good time to use that. Now, one thing that I also just mentioned, and I wanted to make sure it did it, if you can see on the gauge cluster, it still shows 6th gear. So you can actually decide to hold a gear where you want it. So we're in 3rd gear right now. If I give it some gas, it's going to hold us in 3rd gear, and it's not going to upshift until we decide to upshift. So you can actually shift using this, or you can use that to hold the gear. So if you're towing, you don't want it to go past 4th gear, put it over into this here, and you won't go past 4th. So that way it's not going to downshift or upshift if you're towing and you've picked the gear that you want to stay. So that is functional for situations like that. But here's what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Nissan Frontier. We have a pretty large steering wheel. It has a nice design to it though, very comfortable to hold on both sides. And it's a great option. The Frontier hasn't really changed much in the last couple years, so hopefully Nissan will be coming out with an all-new Frontier, maybe for 2025, maybe 26. I'm not exactly sure the model years that they go with updates, but it has been like this for quite some time. Not to say that's a bad thing. It's a very nice interior and truck as it is, but maybe with some of the other trucks coming out with their new updates and upgrades, we will see something new from Nissan. But this is a great truck. It rides and drives very nicely. With the Pro 4X, the suspension is smooth for on-road driving, and it's going to give you some articulations for off-roading as well. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. Once again, huge shout out to Flo Nissan of Statesville for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.